Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 151. Got home early this morning, got to bed, and I'm up. I'm doing all right, feeling okay, and I'm heading off to work right now. I have a meeting coming up in about half an hour, so I'll get on that. And actually, see, I'm never prepared when I start these episodes. Let me see what my schedule looks like for today. Looks like not much going on. I don't think I can go to the casino yet, because by the time that meeting is over, other people should be in the office. I'll at least let them see me for a while, and then I'll leave. And then this afternoon we do have an operations team meeting, and I will have to be there for that. So I'll prepare for that. So we go around the room and everyone tells what they did the week before, and people ask questions if they need to and things like that. So what I did was I created a template with some things already filled in. So all I have to do is just go down my list and report things. And it looks like I did a million things, because a lot of the things that we do on a daily basis are not memorable. But when you list them in a meeting, they look like, or they sound like, you did a lot of things. So I have that template, and I just need to fill it out every Monday morning or afternoon before the meeting, then go through, and we go around the room in a certain direction, and I'm always toward the end, so by the time they get to me, everyone's bored and tired anyway, and my 5 minutes is all they want to hear anyway. So, alright, yesterday, not great, not bad. We cashed some chips, we made a little bit of money. Never really expect to make a lot going to that area, but we have to spread things around. I did conclude, actually, that from now on, I will start keeping chips for that area, so that I do have some left. I will start keeping chips, and it looks like their threshold is 5,000 before they have to put you in the system, either have surveillance watching you or put you in the system as who you are, if they know who you are. So I will keep it below 5,000 going forward. Today and tomorrow should be pretty light days, as always. One other thing, I have been working a little bit more on my shuffling and setting up a deck to only win, only lose, things like that. And so far I have about a third of a deck put together that no matter where you cut it, the house wins. So I'm going to work on that a little bit more. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I'm interested if there's some kind of a formula for that. And then the key would be, okay, so you did it, for heads up, what if someone stays or hits when they're not supposed to, or splits when they're not supposed to? What happens? And what happens if there's 2 people, 3 people at the table? Is there a way, is there a combination that would work for more than one situation? Obviously, when they take the cards out of the shuffler, they're not inputting the numbers of players at the table before the shuffle. So, but I'm still trying to figure out if there is a way. And so far, I've found a way that for about a third of the deck, no matter where it's cut, the house wins. So I'll continue messing around with that. And really, that's about it right now. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to start my meeting here shortly, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. So right now it is 11 o'clock. It is time to go to a casino and try to make some money. Went to work this morning, got all my work done, got caught up on everything, set up meetings, did everything I needed to do, and I should be good for most of the day today. I just need to watch my messages and email. Right now, I am going to go to a casino and see if we can make a couple $100, get something to eat, and then head back to the office. I have everything ready for my afternoon meeting with the director as well, so all of that is good. We did end up having a problem with our dryer over the weekend, and it sounded like a belt slipping or something like that. I don't know if they have belts in them anymore or how it works, but So we had a guy come out this morning and take a look, and he said it's going to cost about $500 to repair. This is a guy that I would trust, that's done a lot of work for people that we know, and he seems to be very honest. And so now I need to figure out if it makes sense to spend that kind of money on a dryer. I don't think it's really that old, but like my dad used to always say, the more complicated something is, the more bells and whistles that it has, the more things could break on it. And I remember when I had a house by myself before buying this house, my first house I actually bought and lived with my brother, and I actually had that washer and dryer set for 20 years, maybe 15 years, something like that. And it wasn't until I got married and she decided she wanted something better that we got rid of that. But they weren't broken. We actually ended up selling them, I think, if I recall correctly. But I'm going to go online and see what kind of pricing I can find when I'm at work. I don't want to waste my gambling time doing that right now. But when I get back to work, I will see what things like that cost, decide what we need to get. I'm worried that maybe we're overloading these things and it's causing a strain on the motor. That's what seems to make the most sense to me, because I have kids that like to throw everything in all at one time with the washer and with the dryer, and that may be the problem. So I'm going to do that and figure out which way we're going to go. We'll either purchase it tonight, or we'll let him know tonight. He said 2 days to get parts and then 1 day to install it for $500. Need to figure out when we bought it as well. If it's 2 years old, it may be worth fixing. If it's 10 years old, it's definitely not going to be worth fixing. So he said that the one that we have right now looks like it's $1,100 for a new one, but we'll weigh it all out. So right now it is 79 degrees outside, very cloudy, and heading off to the casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So another bad experience, and I blame it all on too many people checking machines and not enough to go around anymore. And this was a good play that I made at the end there. Most of the visit I was ahead about $80 to $100, and then at the end there I played a $3 and a $4 per spin play, and both of them lost miserably, and I ended up way down. I ended up leaving down $500 for the session. So just very frustrating. I don't know. It's this having to be stuck at work stuff is just not working for me. I need to be able to get out and be able to make money and not be forced to go to one place. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. I got to think it through. There's a lot of things I have in mind, but I haven't pulled the trigger on them yet. But one of them is going just to a different area where nobody knows me and just blast the blackjack table, just have a huge 1-40 spread and last as long as I can and get out of there. There are some casinos out there that are kind of like standalone casinos, and I may be able to get away with that. And have to worry about license plate and things like that, but I need to do something here to kickstart this again. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but it's the frustration of being forced into staying close to home and running back to the office for meetings and all these different things. So anyway, I did have something to eat, and I'm heading back to the office right now. I should get there about 20 minutes before my meeting with the director, so I need to get all my stuff in order for that. And I may come back later today. I may not. I may just say the heck with it, take a couple days off, and get myself ready for my overnight Wednesday. So I'm not really sure which way I'm going to go, but heading back to the office right now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I'm back. I have to kind of come clean here. I'm pretty tired of doing this. That's a big thing right now, is I'm pretty sick of doing this Monday, Tuesday thing, running back and forth endlessly to make so little money. So I may stop doing it. I'm not sure. I may just stop doing Monday and Tuesday completely. May find something else to do on those days, or I don't know. Do you do a Monday night, Tuesday morning? That's like insane. Work all night Sunday into Monday, then work all night Monday into Tuesday, then work all night Wednesday into Thursday. That seems like too much. But I'll hatch up some kind of new plan, something to make things better. And today I'm not going to go back to the casino. I'm going to go ahead and head home and relax. And I've got a problem with the dryer now. So going to deal with that, buy a new dryer probably tonight, because a new dryer seems to be about $500 or $600, where this guy wants that much to repair ours. So I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So I am going to focus today on the dryer, on relaxing, on just kind of thinking through things objectively and figuring out a better way to do this stuff. And look forward to tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. I'll hit the casino at least once tomorrow, and then from there we'll go, we'll see what happens. So right now I'm going to let you go. I'm going to head home. It's 84 degrees, about 5 p.m., and I'll be back with you in the morning. Alright, good morning guys. It is Tuesday morning, and I am leaving the house. I got a meeting in a couple hours, but just not feeling it today. Just not feeling wanting to go to work. Just not feeling wanting to gamble today. Just having one of those days, and just feel like I've been working so hard lately and ending up with so little. It's just the last 3 or 4 weeks have been really tough, and I'm not complaining. I'm making money, but it's been really burning me out, I feel like. And I really shouldn't feel that way, because I just got back from Alaska, a month and a half, and just not enjoying what I'm doing at the moment. And just, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. You must go on, and the bills can they continue to come in? I think part of it is when you're working hard and you have nothing to show for it when you're done. You have all these bills coming in. You have kids losing AirPods and breaking AirPods. I just bought a clothes dryer last night, and the one that we had is like the biggest capacity you could have, and I have no idea how they brought that into the house. No idea, because it was so big. I had to take it apart in 4 or 5 pieces, probably 5 pieces, just to get it out the door, because this thing was so big. And anyway, just not feeling great about gambling right now, or about working right now. So, well, how are we going to get over that? What are we going to do to get over it? I think I'm going to have to go try to get an early session in this morning, and just take my time, and whatever happens, happens. Today at the office, I need to figure out a couple issues. I've got certain scans that run, and then duplicate scans that run once a month, in order to get a report in an order, in a something that looks like the way that they want it to look. So those duplicate scans don't really bother anything, but yesterday I was charged with finding a way to create those reports without the scans, which means I have to go into other reports of thousands of lines in spreadsheets and manipulate those other ones in a way so that I can get the same report as just running a report on a Sunday 3 a.m. and it doesn't bother anyone, but they don't want me to do that. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make that work. Just one thing after another at work that just, it's like I have such easy ways to do things, and I've got things so automated, and then they're like, well, can we do it without doing that? Well, yeah, but the guy before me used to spend 80 hours a week doing less work than me. I've got it all automated, and you want it in a different way. So that's all right. I'll figure out how to do that. But also, I want to figure out some other things as far as going forward, changing scheduling and changing the way I do things, and just having a different focus than what I have right now. Just focusing in a different area of gambling than what I'm doing right now. So anyway, with all that being said, it was a very stormy night last night, and woke up this morning. It's 70 degrees, trash all over the place. Must have been a lot of wind last night. In fact, I put the parts for the dryer outside, and some of them this morning were 30 feet away from where I put them. I'm talking about parts that are 20 pounds or heavier. They are big, they are plastic, so they have a lot of surface area, but that's a lot of wind to be able to move them that far. So right now, I should be heading to the office, but I'm not going to. I'm going to head off to a casino. I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to give the man a middle finger this morning and get to the office when I get to the office. So that's what's happening. I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So might have not been the best idea to go to the casino. I think I feel worse now than I did before. I go in and, what is this now? Always got to be something. All right. There's a guy walking on the highway, and he just passed a police officer, and the police officer doesn't stop because the police officer is only focused on our safety. They're not focused on tickets. They're focused on safety. Obviously, that's why the cop would drive by a guy walking on a highway. But anyway, there you go. That's a bonus content for you there. Anyway, I go into this place and I see a guy, and I know I'm not going to find anything. And I walk around, check everything, and I find nothing. Not even a maybe play, nothing. And I come back around, I'm getting ready to leave, and I see a woman that I don't know, and she gives me like the dirtiest look, but she's playing on like the only machine that's in position in the whole place. So she must be an advantage player, and I've never seen her before. But I'm walking around to leave, and the guy that I saw earlier says, "Did you see the text message I sent you?" And I said, "No." And he said, "There's a play right here, but it's not something that I do." And he told me what it was, and I said, "No, I wouldn't do that either." I said, "Not the way that they've changed the payouts on these machines." And so I didn't even play that. But there was a guy behind us playing a different machine, and I saw him get up and play it, and obviously it didn't go well for him. And when I left, he wasn't very happy either. But she ended up hitting the play she was going for, and it was a good play. It was $150 probably, $150 in EV. So anyway, I ended up going there and playing nothing, and they wouldn't have even known that I was there because I didn't even put my card in the machine. That's how bad it was. Never got to play a thing. And I talked to this guy, and I'm like complaining a little bit, and he's like, yeah, they changed our algorithm as far as free play also. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not what I was talking about. But he said that for years he got $500 a week in free play, and now he's down to $135 because he gets so many points playing there. But at one point they had cut him to zero because he was making too much money. So anyway, what are you gonna do? Right now I'm heading to the office. I am going to get to the office 10 minutes before my first meeting. And what can I say? I don't want to get any vulgarities out here, so I'll just say nothing. I'll just move on and be happy with what I have. Shaking my head. Here we go. I wonder what tomorrow is going to be like. If this week has been like this already, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a lot of good news tomorrow, but I got to shake it off and get back on it again. So I am going to come back in a little while to pick up a gift that I was supposed to get a while ago, but they gave us a rain check on it because you have an option of a gift card or the gift, and I always take the gift card, but my little boy wanted the gift, so I've already come back twice for the gift and no one's been here. So they guarantee me that at lunchtime today someone will be around to give me the gift, so I can give it to my son, so he can probably leave it outside and have it break or rust or burn or something. But anyway, all right, shaking it off, starting over again, and I'll be back to update you when I leave the office. All right, guys, I'm back. I wish I could say I was in a better mood. I want to be in a better mood, but I'm not in a better mood. So I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but our team takes turns being on call, and I was on call 2 weeks ago, and then one of our teammates is out for the month doing his military stuff that he has to do, and so I took over his duties last week, so I was on call last week as well. Well, this week is my manager's turn to be on call, and I mentioned in our meeting yesterday, hey, just to remind you, you're on call this week, and there's some stuff in there. I did some of it for you, but there's still some stuff in there. And he goes, no, I can't be on call this week. I need you to do it because I'm busy with something else. So now I'm going to be on call for 3 weeks in a row. And on call means any ticket that comes in day or night, you're responsible for it. Any requests, any scan requests, you have to monitor the government websites every day to see if there are any new releases of advisories, alerts, bulletins, all those different things. And if there are, you're responsible for analyzing whether or not we are affected by those, and if so, creating an incident to review those, and then getting the incident, running through all the things you have to for the incident, closing it, and then having the manager review the incident afterward. So that's a lot of fun, but I guess I'm doing it again this week, so that's great. And then I have a meeting with my manager, my normal Tuesday meeting, which he just canceled. Thinking about doing something here. I do have a meeting this afternoon, 2 meetings this afternoon, but I'm thinking here. Thinking. Right now, I am going to go to the casino again, see if I can make anything today. And then I am considering maybe playing some poker today. Because now, let me think here. It's still before noon. So I have a 1 o'clock and a 2:30 meeting. Is it possible to go out of town today? Is it possible? Let me think this through here. If I go, it's going to be... No, it's not possible based on the time. The only places I could go are not going to be worthwhile. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the casino. I'm going to take a lap. I'm going to see if the host is there to give me the stupid gift that I've been trying to get. And then I'm going to put myself on the poker club list. I wonder if I can put myself on the list this early. I'm going to try, because you have to be within 10 miles of the poker club to put yourself on the list, and I think I am right now, but I won't be in a half hour. Let me see here. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on here because it's not coming up in my history. Let's go to the website and join the waiting list, join remotely, and put my name in and my phone number. And I want to play their 1-2 game and submit and see if it works. Success! First on the list, baby. Alright, so I don't have a lot of time though. I'm going to have to leave and then hurry back in order to be able to get there. I'm going to send an email to the host and see what time he gets there. Hopefully it's soon, because I'll have to run in there. I'll have about 20 minutes, and then I'll run to the poker club, and then I will leave to go to my car. I'll go to my car for the one meeting, come back, go to my car for the other meeting, and come back. And I think that will work. And maybe we can actually make some darn money today, because I'm sick of not making money. So I'm going to get myself cooled down first, because it's probably not a good idea to play poker when you're angry. And I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. So I went in that place. I checked most of the machines, not all of them. I had emailed the guy to see if he was available before the original time that we had discussed, and he's texted me back that he was available. I ran over, I got my gift, and I left. I only played one machine, played it for about 45 seconds, and ended up leaving ahead $21. So plus $21, and we are off to the poker club. Looks like I'm going to get there about 15 minutes after they open. However, they only hold your seat for 20 minutes, so I can't really be late. So I'm heading over there right now. We'll see what we can do. We're probably going to buy in for either 200 or 300 and see what we can do. I'm going to be a little bit fearless today. I'm going to be smart, but I'm not going to stress too much. If the book says you should do something, I'm going to do it and try to take advantage of it. So we'll see. I did, like I said, I did get the gift, which I would have never even come back for if it wasn't for my little one wanting it. So now he'll be able to brag to his friends that he has it, and he'll be happy. So, all right, heading off to the poker club. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I don't know why, but it's always exactly 4:20 when I leave this place. I don't play here very often, but it's always 4:20 when I leave. But all right, so I put myself on the list to play poker, play a 1-2 table, and I go in, sit down, buy in for 300. Everything is cool. Actually, plus you get a gift card too, and I forgot about that. All right, so I buy in for 300, sit down, start playing. I'm holding my own. Everything's fine. I'm hanging around 300 the whole time. I get 2 sets cracked by one by a straight and one by a set on the river. So that was fun. I had a wheel, which is ace deuce 3 4 5, and lost on the river to 10 jack queen king ace. That was beautiful. They had a contest going on where if you it's kind of like bingo, and it goes till the end of the month, and you get this bingo card, and it has different hands on it, like aces cracked, clubs, ace high flush clubs, quad 7s through 10, things like that. And every time you fill a spot, every time you get one of those, you fill a spot, and if you get bingo on the card, then you win $500. And I was actually pretty shocked that it was that much, $500. So I got this bingo card, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm only going to be here for a short time. And so anyway, one of the first hands that I won was win with ace high diamond flush. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And so he brought me the card, but this card also has be one of the first 8 people to play today. So I got that too. So it's like the diagonal, top left to bottom right. So the second spot down was be one of the first people to play today. And of course, I was on the list, and I was actually late, but they didn't have enough people to fill the table, so they let me keep my spot. So I got that. The middle spot is free, and then lose or win with ace high diamond flush. I got those. So all I had left was win with ace high heart flush and lose with pocket aces. Okay, so I'm playing, and I'm not really that worried about it, but once you get close, then you worry and you really want it. There's a guy that sat next to me. I don't want to say his name because he's in a lot of circles online, and I don't want to do that, but so he's a pro. He's a young guy, really good, always working on his game. I mean, he's a good guy, a decent person, seems like a very nice person, has a family now, and I've known him for a long time, and but he's better than me. And so I was playing pretty tight, but not on purpose. I was just not getting cards, and when I did lose, I showed a massive hand that I lost with. So I had ace 7 suited, and he had a queen, ace queen. I think it was ace queen, and the board comes like 8-2 king, and so he checks. No, it was 8 queen king. I don't know. No, I think it was 8-2 king, and I checked and he checked. The turn was a queen, which gave him the queen with the ace kicker, a pair of queens with an ace kicker. I've got nothing, so I bet 20, and he just calls. So I'm first to act. There's the two of us. So, and the river is whatever. No, it was a low card. So I bet 65, and he folds, which that was nice because pre-flop there were a bunch of people in there, so I had a nice hand there. There's another guy who owns a lot of bars around town, and he's always winning, and he plays in the World Series, and I don't like him because he's good, and I hate to lose to him, and he's always pushing people around and stuff. But today he wasn't. Today he was kind of playing light, so he's calling $2 and raising the 6 and 10 and things like that. So it made it a little bit easier. But I bluffed him off a big hand also. And then one of the guys sitting at the table was, he recognized me when we first started, and he's like, "Did you ever play at so-and-so's game?" And I'm like, "I don't know who that is." And he's like, a bunch of guys, it was a real nice neighborhood in this area. And I'm like, wait a minute, the Jew game? Because everybody who was there except me and another guy was Jewish. So, we were the, what do you call non-Jews? Whatever. You know what it is. Whatever. Anyway, what do they call them in the Bible? If they're not Jews, they're... Anyway, that's what they called us every time we were there. But there were these really rich guys who owned big companies, like they do car washes for semis and construction companies and things like that. We're very rich people, and I may have mentioned this like a year ago, but their basement cost more than my house, and I have a big house, the nice value on it. Their basement was like crown molding, 12-foot ceilings, multiple bathrooms, bedroom, pool table, anything you could imagine they had in there. And he was one of the guys that played there. And honestly, he was a good player. He did really well. I did crack him on one hand, and I'll explain that in a minute. So the only things that were left, I told you, was the aces cracked and the flush with ace high heart flush was the only stuff left. So I get aces against him. So somebody raises, someone else raises, and I'm just calling. And we end up all in against each other. He's got kings and I have aces. I need to lose my aces, right? But now the pot is over $500. So do I want to lose or do I want to win? So we ended up running it twice, and I ended up holding up on both of them. So I won that. That brought me up to like $500. And then I won a few other hands that brought me up to like $650. I'd bought in for like $300. And so the next hand, I get an ace high, whatever, heart flush, whatever I needed, I got. So, which means if I had lost with those aces, I would have gotten $500. Of course, I didn't lose with the aces. So we're playing. And then I get a hand, I look down, I see aces again. And I'm just thinking, I'm playing poker. I'm not thinking I need these aces to lose. So it's 1-2. Someone makes it 6. Someone makes it whatever. Someone makes it 6. And then that next person calls. I make it 20. And they both fold. And I'm like, what did I just do to myself? I had 2 live people who were willing to call a raise. So they potentially, who knows what could have happened. I could have lost the hand. And it would have been cheap. They could have check, and we're done. And I get the aces and I get the $500. But I raised and I totally screwed myself on it. Then like 3 times I get ace 4. And look at ace 4. When you're looking at it, it looks like ace at first. Like 3 times I had that. And then I'm like, I had a meeting with the director, and they'll only hold the table for you for 3 laps. So if you miss the button 3 times, you're done. They can take you off the table. Well, I'm in my meeting, and it's going on and on. It's a half-hour meeting. We're at like 58, 59 after the hour, the 29th minute into the meeting. And finally, the meeting ends, and the director's like, why aren't you at the office? I'm like, oh, I made a mistake, timing, blah, blah, blah. Got away with that. Everything was okay. And I go back in there. They were just about to pick me up. I sit down. I've got like $650 in front of me at this point. And then I finally get aces again. So I look down. I see aces. The guy next to me raises. He makes it like $20. So I'm like, keep your cool. All right, $20. And the flop is like queen 5 ace. And I'm like, darn it, I just need to lose with the aces. You give me a set of aces on the flop. So the queen was a queen of hearts. The guy bets like small, $20 on the flop. I call. The turn is another heart. He makes it 30. And I call. And I'm first to act. He's on the button. I'm the small blind. The river is another heart, so there's a flush possible, but does this guy have it? So I check the river. I'm like, please bet. And he bets 75. And I'm like, man, why do you have to make it so expensive? So, I mean, this hand, if he has the flush and he beats me, I'm losing money out of my jackpot because I have to pay him off to lose the hand first. So I call like 75 or 80, whatever it was. I didn't count it because I knew, I wanted to lose. And I said, please I said, do you have a flush? And he turns over 6-4 of hearts. And I'm like, yes. And I give him the fist bump. And I get up. And they fell out the card. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take the 500. I'm getting out of here. I count my chips. I'm down to 493. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Everything's fine. And I go, I'm just going to grab the 500 and get out of here. And they go, you can pick that up tomorrow. I'm like, what? Pick it up tomorrow? So I'm like, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. The next 3 days, I'm out of town. I can't wait to get out of town. So, so they give you like a $10 gas card, which I haven't even opened up. It's in my pocket for showing up, for being one of the first people to play. And then I was up 193 on the table due to losing that hand. And, here's the gift card. And then I'm going to be up another 500 for hitting that. So I'm up 693 plus the $10 gift card, 703 on the 1-2 no limit in 3 hours. And it actually in 4 hours minus a half hour for the meeting. So 3.5 hours. So It was all right. I mean, the lowest I got was like minus $80. I was doing well the whole time. I was playing well. Everything was fine. So thankfully, everything is okay. And so now I got to figure out what to do. So I go up to the cashier. I'm cashing out, and I get a call from my wife. And I go, my wife? So I said, can my wife pick it up? And he's like, yeah, I guess so. That'll be fine. Just write her name and phone number down. So I wrote down her name and phone number, and then I called her back, and she wouldn't pick up. Called her again. She didn't pick up. So I check Life 360. I see she's driving with my daughter in the car. Call my daughter's phone. She talks to her. She gives her the phone, and I talk to her, and I said, can you pick something up for me tomorrow? She's like, yeah. I said, from this road? She goes, from the poker club? And I said, yes. I said, I want a contest. She's like, yeah, I'll do it. She's like, so-and-so is picking me up at 11. We're going to go do something. We'll go straight there. I said, no, you can't go straight there because they don't open till noon. But after that, you can go and pick it up. So she said that she would. So that's good. I feel better. I needed that. I really did. I screwed up on those aces before. Who knows if they would have held up anyway? Who knows what would have happened on it? But you have to have a minimum of 4 players, and we only had 5 players on the table when I got those aces cracked. So think about it. That's pretty tough to do. And he had to get runner to beat me. There was no other way. I had to check it all the way through. If I raised $5, he was folding, and I would have missed out on that 500. So later on, I may post a picture of that bingo board. I did decide I am going to post a picture of that hand that the dealer wanted to call a misdeal a few months ago. It's been long enough now, where I had a blackjack and a 20. I think I had 2 hands at 300 or 350, and they wanted to kill the hand. And if you remember that episode, but they ended up not killing the hand. The dealer got a 21, so I ended up only making like $175 on that hand, on that hand. I had two face cards and a blackjack against a 5 or a 6, and I ended up only making $175 profit. So, all right. So right now I am heading home. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow. I'm going to be home early. After my meeting, or really the last 5 minutes of the meeting, I'm on call now, and I got an incident assigned to me, an urgent incident, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Because it's going to take me hours. Luckily, it ended up being not a big deal. The person after me, it waits like 10 minutes, then it calls the next person. He was able to address it and get it taken care of, so that's all good. I've got a little bit of work to do tonight when I get home and get those emails sent out. And then tomorrow we're going to go on a nice long overnight. I know exactly where I'm going to go, and we're gonna get some money back tomorrow. We're going to build it back up. We're going to be aggressive, and everything is going to be fine. So that's what's going on right now. Right now it's 90 degrees outside. It's 4:45 p.m. I am heading home, and we'll talk more tomorrow. So if you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time. All right, if you're still around, you're probably not, but if you're still around, the word I was looking for was Gentile. They always called us the Gentiles. Anyway, here you go.